What's the matter with me? I think I'm stuck in a dream, and you can feel it too. What's the matter with me? What's the matter with me? I think I'm stuck in a dream, and you can feel it too. What's the matter with me? Don't drop, won't fall on a feather bed. Don't stop if you sleep in the desert. Better settle with the sound you get. The sound you get. Got away with a pocket of make-believe, burning lungs that you're planning on trading for a feeling that you'll never leave. You'll never leave. All the fake speech, you know I get it. All the letdowns making me live it. Every day is feeling on repeat. Every day is feeling on repeat. All the fake speech, you know I get it. All the letdowns making me live it. Every day is feeling on repeat. Every day is feeling on repeat. What's the matter with me? I think I'm stuck in a dream, and you can feel it too. What's the matter with me? Don't drop, won't fall on a feather bed. Don't stop if you sleep in the desert. Better settle with the sound you get. The sound you get. Got away with a pocket of make-believe, burning lungs that you're planning on trading for a feeling that you'll never leave. You'll never leave. What's the matter with me? All the fake speech, you know I get it. All the letdowns making me live it. Every day is feeling on repeat. Every day is feeling on repeat. What's the matter with me? All the fake speech, you know I get it. All the letdowns making me live it. Every day is feeling on repeat. Every day is feeling on repeat. On repeat. On repeat. On repeat. On repeat.
So before anybody says anything, yes, I am wearing a different hat. I treated myself. This is my Christmas present to me. God knows I love America. So I'm sorry I haven't done a lot of videos. It's just I've really been busy. So I'm at a crossroads right now with my life, in a sense, as far as finances go. So I've got a wonderful vehicle. It's a new Mazda CX-5 Grand Touring all-wheel drive with the preferred package. Comes with the Bose stereo and the heated seats, and I don't know, basically I feel like it's supposed to like make me coffee on the road or something, you know. It's a nice little vehicle, just not the right vehicle for me and my lifestyle. I need something bigger. I've got the dog. If I didn't have the dog, then I could use the front seat for space, and I wouldn't have as much to carry either, because I got to carry the dog food, I got to carry the dog treats, I got to carry the dog toys, I got to carry the dog grooming stuff. So all of that takes space, including the dog, and I got to make sure that the dog has room to stretch out, so she can lay down. So I'm investigating the possibility of going, well, my car that I've got right now, I financed it at a pretty high interest rate because I've never had credit. Never made enough money to worry about getting credit, and a couple of times I did do credit, it was for other people. for the most part. And you know, my vehicles, I've almost always paid cash for vehicles. You know, $1,000, $2,500, $2,000, $3,000. Back in the day in high school, it was $500, $800. Sink a few hundred into it, get back and forth to work, go out on dates, whatever. But now I'm considering taking on a significant debt. I mean, between the bike and the car, my payments are pretty manageable, right? The bike payment, the car payment combined is $1,000. Just about $1,000. If I trade in the car and I get a pickup truck, the one that we spec'd out today, we meaning my best friend and I'm looking at about $1,000 just for that month. For, I think we did 84 months. No, 72 months. But see, I don't want to have 84 months worth of payments and still not make the payment that I want. So for me to get the payment that I want, which would be, you know, the $600 range, I have to drop $20,000. And I'm having a struggle with that, because $20,000 is a down payment on my own truck, you know, for trucking. You know, it's 10% down of a $200,000 truck. It's $20,000. That's my truck. But at the same time, I still need a pickup truck or a larger SUV. So the problems I'm having with my Mazda, when I'm in it, it's, I walk across the street, not a big deal. It takes me 5 minutes to walk to my house. I get the vehicle and I drive back. Now, if I've got to completely empty out my truck, say it's going to go into the shop and I'm going to move into a different truck, that's 2 trips in the Mazda. And that's not cool, because, you know, time is of the essence. You only get a little bit of time. You know, the more time you lose behind the wheel, the more money you've lost. And it's just... So then I thought about a used pickup truck. I really like the F-250. I put it up on my personal profile. I really like the F-250 that we spec'd out. But, again, it's $60,000. So for me to have a $600 a month payment, I gotta drop that $20,000, and I'm not sure that that's necessarily what I want to do. If I went with a $40,000 used pickup truck, I found a couple. They had like 47,000 miles on them. That, the one I saw was like 41, 42,000. I'm sure I could beat them down to 40 even. That would give me the payments that I want. And the one that I looked at had a 7-year, 100,000 mile warranty. So by the time I pay it off, the warranty is done. I have equity in the truck, the pickup. But most importantly, I'm not putting any money out. I'm trading in my car. Maybe drop $5,000. And that's not out of the realm of possibilities, guys. I mean, $5,000, it's bills paid and all come January. I don't pay deposits anymore, or I shouldn't. I should be done with at least one of them. So $5,000 should be throwaway money by the end of January. I feel like that's the better way to go. You know, the possibility was mentioned to lease a truck, but then you don't own it and you don't have any equity in it. You've got nothing, no asset there. You're just renting a vehicle, and you're on the hook for maintenance or repairs, I should say. You're paying for somebody else's repairs. I don't know that that's the right way to go for me. And I need some input is what I need. So before I if I could sell my motorcycle and get out of the payments for that, I would have no problem taking on the $60,000 truck, $65,000. I will custom order that son of a gun. I promise you. I can more than make those payments. But if something happens to me, I can make the payments on a brand new $60,000 truck now. The problem I'm concerned about is if something happens to me, say I fail my DOT physical, and I've got a blood pressure issue, or let's say I have a heart attack or a stroke and I lose my CDL. I've got to be able to cover my payments with something I would make if I was working 2 full-time jobs. And I think that's where I'm at, because I'm a single earner household. I'm earning the same amount of money as I would if I was in a relationship, husband and wife kind of thing, and we both had good paying jobs. Or traditionally speaking, I've never met a woman that I was in a relationship with that made good money, and I've never made good money. So, but if you look at statistics where things should be, I am earning enough for a 2-earner household, which would mean that I should be able to buy that truck. But if something happens to me, being the sole breadwinner, now everything's in jeopardy. So there's that. I hope you guys like the hat. I like it. That's why I bought it. It's a straw hat. It's my Christmas present to me. And some of you have asked questions about the wet dog food that I bought for my dog. Now these 2 cans here, they're a different style. So I guess the last case that I gave her was stew. I think it was beef stew and chicken stew, because it was gravy with chunks in there. And so I bought 2 cases, not really looking at them, because again, time is tight, and I was doing everything as fast as I could to hurry up and get back on the road. But she really likes this one too, and she gets Blue Buffalo. Saves me a ton of money in dog poop, right? She eats less, she gets better quality ingredients, she's healthier than she would be if I bought some generic crap. So she's pooping less, eating less, but she's healthier. So it's in the long run, it's costing less, right? Up front, the expense is a little more, not much. You're talking dollars a bag more. But this is chicken dinner with vegetables, and they've got chunks of potatoes and carrots in here. When you open this stew, it almost looks like you could eat it, like you buy the canned stews, the chunky Campbell's Chunky. It's almost like that. It looks that good that you could confuse it for something that you would eat. So this case that I'm into now is got chicken and beef, but it looks more like the traditional canned dog food, right? It looks more like that canned dog food and cat food. It doesn't look all nice and chunks of meat and potatoes, and just looks like a freaking hearty stew, right? This is just that mishmash stuff, and this is the beef dinner with gravy, or no, beef dinner with garden vegetables. There's no gravy, but there is gravy when you take the water and you dump it in and you mix the wet food with the kibble, and you get a nice thick gravy, and she just goes stupid retarded for it all. Anyway, and no, I still have my other hat before anybody says, oh, you must have lost your other hat, or you thought it looked stupid, or whatever negative crap somebody's bound to say, because, it is social media, and somebody's always got to say something stupid and negative. So, here's the other one. But, and I'm in California, so there's my mask. It's actually sideways. I usually wear the stripe on the side. But It's warmer over here. That black one does a great job of keeping my head warm. But it's warmer over here. So I went with straw. Keep it a little cooler. Anyway, guys, for those of you that managed to watch this into the end, which I never think you guys do anyway, but if you did watch my video until the end, Cheyenne and I are doing great. We're both healthy. We're both happy. We're both trucking. And I meet a lot of people that are pretty miserable for whatever reason. And I'm not here to judge. And they'll say, you know, they're miserable because their significant other makes them miserable or whatever. Or they're not making them happy. So you're putting the responsibility for your happiness on someone else, and it doesn't work like that. Happiness comes from inside. When you're living the life that you want to live, that's where happiness comes from. I don't have anybody in my life. I have my best friend and my dog. Those are my constants, and my pastor. So I've got a bunch of friends. I got great friends. I got friends all over this country, really good friends, and I can call them up in a heartbeat and say, hey, I need this. And my friends would do that. They have been there right for me. My buddy Jason in Ohio was going to bail me out of a marriage, get me to a safe place, get me away from my wife. My buddy in Louisiana drove 7.5 hours with his family to come and help me with a truck problem. My best friend, been there since we've reconnected after high school. We were friends in high school. We used to sit together at the same table at the same high school every day. And we lost touch when high school, got out. And we reconnected because of social media. And he and I have been just as, if not more tight. He's been right there by my side. My friends in Knoxville, could ask them for anything. I can lean on them for anything. I got problems going on. I need somebody to talk to. They're both right there, husband and wife. Their kids love me. Their kids aren't real big on strangers, but their kids absolutely love me. I've got friends back home in upstate New York. Fellow firefighters, high school friends, people, co-workers. And I've got a lot of friends. A friend of mine, I've got waitress friends. One in Indiana. Absolutely amazing girl. Absolutely amazing. Heart of gold. Good listener. Anytime I swing by, if I need to use her vehicle, here's the keys. And every time I've taken it, I fill it up. I check her oil. She's got a Jeep, so she's constantly losing the gas cap. And I bought her another gas cap. I don't think it lasted the first fill up. She forgot it. So I think eventually I'll just buy one that goes on and stays on to try to keep the sand, dust, and water out of her filler neck. But she's a great girl. Absolutely love that girl. I have a good life. Happiness comes from within. And if somebody or something is holding you back on your happiness, then that's your responsibility to change that. Bad marriage, get out of it. I ended mine. I didn't want to. I thought it was going to be the end of the world. And the ex-wife used to say, my life is going to be so much better without you. Blah, 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 blah. Well, and I thought my life was over. As it turns out, ironically enough, my life is the one that's gotten better. My life has gotten a lot better. And I'm a lot happier. And I have way more money to my name. I'm not worried about diseases. I'm not wondering why something is missing, if it got pawned or got given to somebody else. No matter what it was stolen, right? If I left something nice behind that had any value, it got pawned, it got stolen, it got given away. So I'm happier. And you know, the drama should be behind me, you know. I mean, there's always going to be some drama that creeps up, but I guess how you respond to it changes the outcome. I mean, you can't stop things from happening, but I think how you approach it and how you manage it changes the way it's going to go. And now that I have a clear head and I'm not stuck in a pattern of just nonsense, and that's what you get with narcissism. It's a pattern of narcissistic nonsense. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You know, and then you take a step away from it. So say you take a couple years apart and you happen to see that narcissist again. All of a sudden you just see everything for what it really is and not what you thought it was. And it's all the same. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I really don't. But yeah, my life took off. I think I paid for any sin that I could have ever thought of committing, and then some. I think I got a credit with the man upstairs for what I went through. And you know, on another note, I took another step forward with my business, and I applied for, now mind you, I still don't have my own authority. I'm working towards that end, but I'm not going to necessarily pursue that until I start thinking about buying a second or third truck and then putting drivers in them. Then I'll need my own authority, and then it'll be worth it to stop working under someone else's authority, more than likely, and just go out on my own. But anyway, so I applied for it and received a fuel card, Comdata. So it's a start to building business credit, and I can't wait to start using it, because right now the card that I've got only works at Lowe's and TA, and that's provided by the carrier. The pilot one is deactivated. I have to wait till I go back to the carrier's office to get a different card, and you know what, it's really not that big of a deal for me. So I'm paying a little bit more at the pump right now, but I'm still making money. So, and at the end of the day, the more I spend on fuel, the more it's a write-off. So if my expenses exceed a certain threshold, then I get the maximum refund like I did last year. And I guess that's okay too. If I'm not giving Uncle Sam money, then hey, whatever. I guess that benefits me. So the purpose of these videos, I guess I'd like to make it educational and entertaining, but it's also a vlog, right? It's like a moment in time in my life. So if you watched it till the end, just say, hey, I saw it till the end, I'm glad you're doing okay, you know, leave some kind words, maybe a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas would be nice. I don't have anybody, my best friend and pastor, Shan, doesn't speak English, and I don't speak woof, so I'm not going to get Merry Christmas out of her. She's got herself a Merry Christmas present back there, and a Merry Christmas treat, so she'll have her little Christmas. Nothing special, because, you know, we're on the road, and I'm not going home till the end of January, beginning of February. I got to go home and change out my license and registrations and all of that. But anyway, I guess that's it. I hope everybody's great. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your love. And be safe out there. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.